Hi there, Dr. Michelle Mars here. Welcome to the final section of session 2 of SOCF111. And how did you go with your contemplation of the way that you attribute things to yourself? Where is your locus of control, and how do you think that might impact on the way that you interact with your clients? In this final section, we are going to look at social media. Now, I think we're all familiar with social media and what it is. So basically, it's computer-mediated tools that allow us to interact with each other, put up ideas, post pictures, comment on stories, and be interactive with each other in a virtual environment. So there's a few examples of social media below. Take a moment to think of some more. And also, I think it's important to think about how we started off sort of having chat rooms and then sort of moved to places where you could post things like MySpace and Facebook, and how we've moved to different kinds of websites, some that are primarily visual, about posting pictures, some that are designed to sell things, some that are designed to let us tell stories, and also, of course, healthcare media sites. So we've had increasingly sophisticated and complex ways that we can interact with each other in a virtual environment since the invention of the internet, and I'm sure that we will see more. There is a site, for example, can't think of its name right now, where you can post 7-second videos, which would have seemed like such a short thing for us to watch only 10 or 15 years ago, but now seems like something that, well, now is popular and becoming increasingly popular. Okay, so what are some of the advantages of social media in healthcare? Well, I suppose healthcare pre-social media and pre-access via the internet, health information was much more difficult to access. So one of the major things is that we now have access to much more information, and we have access to that in real time as well. So we can access things really rapidly. They don't cost very much, and that extremely broad access is a benefit. And social media also plays a role in increasing role in finding healthcare information. So social media is a big part of people's increasing health literacy, and so people now find it much easier to find information on things that help to increase their health and well-being. So the web has become a platform for people with shared health concerns and created health information that is more relevant to consumers. And a really good example like this is a website called Patients Like Me. That's patientslikeme.com, and this is a website where patients can get together and they can talk about their illnesses and their treatments, and they can kind of compare what's happened to them and give each other information and advice. So no longer do you just go to the doctor or go to a couple of doctors and kind of take what they say at face value and implement it. There's now very many more avenues for health information. And as complementary medicine practitioners, you also have a role in translational medicine, and taking information that you understand better than a layperson and translating it into a way so that people can understand the information and they can tell the good stuff from the bad stuff. So another of the advantages of social media in healthcare is that it engages healthcare stakeholders. It also allows practitioners to market and brand services, so it means there's a lot more competition in the workplace and the workspace, which is good for educated practitioners such as you will be. The other good thing is that there are some free applications which you can use, like Facebook, for example, is technically a free advertising resource for your business, as are things like Twitter, and you can still get very cheap, I think $6 a month at the moment, workspace blogs that you can pay for on the internet. So there are some cheap and easy ways to market healthcare information. available, which of course means there's more competition for and more opportunity for the people who know what they're talking about, which is going to be you guys soon. Okay, so what are some of the pitfalls? Well, we all know that we can get sucked into social media, and sometimes we look up and we think, oh my God, where has the time gone? Because we've been on Facebook, or we've been searching up things on the web, or someone's posted something that's interested us, and yes, or we might have seen a cure or a suggestion for something which we then look up and go, oh, well, that was a bit of a waste of time. So they can really suck your time. They can also place high demands on your creativity, and there's increasing pressure on people to come up with innovative and exciting content that will interest clients. Another pitfall of social media is that it might expose professionals and organisations to liability if not monitored correctly. So it's really important to keep on top of the comments that you get on your blog and things like that, because these things can get you into trouble. With potential libel and defamation claims. So we'll just finish with a personal reflection activity. So one of the main things to remember is that if you set up a social networking or social media site, you need to monitor it regularly. You should have some disclaimers at the bottom of your website to say, that this is the best possible information based on blah, blah, blah. You should cite your references when you have references to cite. And also and I'm sure you're all really aware of the fact that you need to have a really clear boundary between your personal and professional profiles in any site, particularly if you've got a professional and a personal profile on Facebook, like many people do. So now I'd like you to see how much you know about social media by taking the quiz at home, and if you could just come back to that in a moment, and we'll just finish for today. So these are our review questions for today. What is the significance of personal beliefs, values and attitudes for your sense of self? And how can knowledge of values, attitudes and beliefs inform your practice as a health practitioner? What's the value of attribution theories, for the helping practitioner? So knowing that we attribute things in particular ways, how can that help you as a practitioner? And how would you use social media in your practice as a practitioner?